Hello and welcome to today's MJ News Digest, February 21, 2021. How are you doing? Here are today's headlines. MJ Run the World. The staggering cost of MJ's song in movie. What the F Netflix and new dangerous remix. So our first story is from my local paper. Hastings athletes get around the world with a bit of Michael Jackson inspiration. HY runners have been keeping busy in lockdown by trying to cover the distance it would take to get around the equator. What does this have to do about Michael Jackson? Well, we'll find out in a minute. The challenge has been named HY Runs the World, and the distance target is 24,910 miles. The idea being that all runners tally up their miles in a bid to raise £10,000 for St Michael's Hospice. They've not completed the mileage yet, but the fundraising target was passed 2 days ago. In the style of Phileas Fogg, the club initially aims to complete the huge running task in 80 days, but they've had so much participation from members that they look likely to complete the mission in half the time. They've now raised, it says 10,000, it's actually over 11,000 for the hospice, and in an attempt to push the figure higher, 4 members have produced and recorded a song. So this is where Michael Jackson comes into this. This is great. There's 2 of them there. Kit and Jessica Willard, Riz Maslen and Gemma May O'Gorman have rewritten Michael Jackson's Heal the World and renamed it as Run the World. The girls apparently had great fun recording the song. I've tried to find their version of the song, but I can't find it anywhere, which is a shame. But it's good, isn't it, that Michael Jackson obviously is still inspiring people, and inspiring people in my hometown. That's really cool. I will leave this link in the description. If you want to donate, please do. This is the hospice is very close to my heart at the moment, and obviously it's inspired by Michael Jackson. Okay, so over on China.org, this is Detective Chinatown 3 director digs Michael Jackson song. So Detective Chinaman 3 director Chen Sicheng, is that how you pronounce it? I hope it is, has revealed that he had paid a hefty licensing fee for an iconic Michael Jackson song to put at the end of the film. The movie has made a staggering $575 million by Thursday at China's box offices. I think it hasn't even been out for a week yet. The song Chen paid for was Heal the World from Jackson's 91 Dangerous album, one of the best-selling albums of all time. Having sold more than 32 million copies worldwide, the humanitarian song has been popular among Chinese listeners for years due to its beautiful melody and connotations. Excuse me. Chen wanted a song to deliver a message of world harmony. During the ending scene, when he was writing the screenplay and someone suggested Heal the World, he listened to it repeatedly during the creative process and felt strongly the song was the right choice. He says, "We felt really good about the song, but we thought it'd be difficult to get the license. I never dreamed of really getting this song, and Michael Jackson's estate is very strict about using music." He told a film critic. Through Sony ATV Music Publishing Beijing and Sony Music Entertainment China, Chen sent over his full screenplay to the Jackson estate for them to determine whether the film was appropriate for the song. At last they decided Detective Chinatown 3 could use the song and came back to offer the song for a $1 million licensing fee. Wow. Chen, that's staggering. Chen hesitated. Obviously, this was a very high price in China. $1 million can make a small budget commercial film. Therefore, we tried other different songs, but nothing quite fit like Heal the World did. Finally, Chen decided to pay for the song. There was no other suitable replacement. That was it. I think the era of Michael Jackson was a special historical period. You could really feel something like a global community coming together during that time. It felt like a time when humans could unite in an unprecedented way, but in recent years, music has divided, interests have divided, and people are pursuing individualization and entertainment in the internet era. There are fewer and fewer great songs to reflect the entire human race. So the end scenes when the song is played during Detective Chinatown 3 shows Chinese, Japanese and Thai detectives enjoying fireworks, and the director shot many people of different races and nationalities who were present, laughing and enjoying the fireworks, celebrating peace and love. I really hope this film gets an international release. Be great to see it, and be great to see Michael Jackson's Heal the World at the end of the movie. Great. Okay, so on to our main topic. Obviously, this was big news all over social media early on in the week. This was Leaving Neverland. Why after 2 years are we still talking about that pile of bollocks? So this was Leaving Neverland coming to Netflix UK, and yes, it appeared on Netflix UK and sent all of us in a bit of a tizzy, and then it disappeared from Leaving Neverland from Netflix. What am I talking about? Then it disappeared, and as fans we all thought it was because Netflix had listened to us. But no, that's not the case. We'll get into that in a moment. So someone here, there's a tweet here saying that they cancelled their subscription to Netflix yesterday, but today they resubscribed to them because they took the time out to listen to legitimate concerns about the film. I don't think that is the reason why Netflix took the film down from their UK streaming service. It's really disappointing to see that it was on there. I've always liked the fact that Netflix UK never had the film showing on their service, and then to see it, I think it was Monday. No, it was Tuesday or Monday, I can't remember. To see it on there, it was a huge disappointment. So yes, loads of fans complained, and then the film was taken down. But it appears that Leaving Neverland is going back on Netflix UK in March, and we know this thanks to the director, Dan Reed, unfortunately, and we'll get to his tweets in a moment. So why was Leaving Neverland put on in the first place and then taken off? I think that the wrong version was put on. As Dan Reed says in his tweet, the shorter Channel 4 version, you know, that version which had a lot of the lies edited out for the UK broadcast, that's the version that's going to be showing on Netflix UK. So perhaps it was the original HBO version that was submitted to Netflix, and then they realised and they took it down. I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with licensing, but I doubt very much it's anything to do with the fact that loads of us complained to Netflix. Netflix have been problematic in the past with their movies and TV shows, and those films. There's one film in particular, I'm not going to mention it by name. It's a very controversial subject. Quite rightly, millions of people complained about that, and Netflix still did not take that film down. So I don't think Netflix are going to listen to us. So this is Dan Reed's tweet here, where he says that the shorter version is coming in March. There's no date, but we don't need a date because we're not going to watch it. Very strange though, when it first appeared on Netflix, you could only find it if you search Leaving Neverland. You couldn't find it if you searched for Michael Jackson. Here's another webpage, Leaving Neverland coming to Netflix UK in March 2021. It says as well that it's already arrived in Netflix Japan as a Netflix original, which is a bit weird. I wonder why Netflix Japan are calling it a Netflix original. It goes on, there's a bit of guff here about Leaving Neverland. Don't want to read that. We know what Leaving Neverland's all about. But it says here, it's referencing Dan Reed's tweet, so maybe this information is only coming from that tweet, no idea. But it's saying that Netflix UK will be getting the shorter Channel 4 version, which was cut from 4 to 3 hours to make way for advertisements. That's not why it was cut short. We know why it was cut short. It was cut short to edit out a lot of the bullshit. But then it says, although BritBox, which is another UK streaming service in the UK, will be carrying the extended cut, which is now available. I think it's been available on BritBox for at least a couple of weeks, I'm sure. Then asks if Leaving Neverland is going to be on Netflix in other regions. It says that in the United States, the documentary permanently resides on HBO Max, although I'm sure someone left a comment on one of my digests recently to say that it's actually not on HBO anymore, which is interesting. Maybe that's why it's now appearing on Netflix. In Canada, it says the documentary series, I guess because it's split into two, is currently available. In Australia, it's available, but on Netflix, it's been on Netflix Japan since June 2019, and it's already on Netflix Greece. And then it asks if people are going to be watching it, and loads of people say no, they're not going to be watching it. A movie with 66 proven lies, no thank you, I will cancel my Netflix. Definitely will not be watching this trash movie. It's not even a documentary, it's a fiction film. And a lot of fans have been sending tweets to Netflix asking if Square One can be added to Netflix. If you go on the Netflix webpage, there's a episode submission button, or like a request, so you can request certain films or TV shows. So do use that if you haven't already, and send Netflix a request for Square One to appear on Netflix. Much rather see Square One on Netflix on any streaming service than Leaving Neverland. But the one thing I have noticed, even without all of this Netflix, is that why as fans are we still keeping Leaving Neverland relevant? And what I mean by relevant is that we're still talking about Leaving Neverland. So even without all this Netflix bollocks, fans are still defending Michael Jackson against Leaving Neverland. Why? Isn't it time now that we let Leaving Neverland go? The film came out 2 years ago, but we're still defending Michael Jackson against it. Should we really be doing that? Isn't it time to let the film go and concentrate more on highlighting Michael Jackson's positivity, his humanitarian achievements, rather than just making sure that we're joining Leaving Neverland with Michael Jackson and keeping that conversation going? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. So on to our YouTube recommendation of the day. This is from Azura Music's channel, brilliant remix channel on YouTube. I highlighted this on Twitter a few days ago. I've played this so many times. It's a really good remix of Dangerous. I'll leave the link in the description. Please listen to the full version. I'll play a little bit of it now. And subscribe to Azura's channel. You will not be disappointed. And that's it for today's MJ News Digest. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, comment and subscribe, because the best is yet to come.